you, Mr. Toastmaster of the evening. And first things first, can we get a big shout out to the speakers who have spoken so far? Joe with his icebreaker speech and Diane with her wonderful speech. A fantastic job. So Lindsay and I have been engaged for a little over a month now. And I have to say, this new season of engagement has been the happiest and biggest blessing of my entire life. And there's nobody else I'd rather go through this season with than with her. But how did we get here? Was it the fact that she was love at first sight? Was it the fact that our connection is so deep, deeper with anyone that I've ever known or ever met? Is it simply because she has been incredibly supportive of my dreams and has never judged me whatever season of life that we're in? Is it the fact that she's my best friend? All those factors, yes, they gave me the confirmation that I needed to let me know that she was the one for me. But there was one important thing in particular that I needed to know to give me that sense of confirmation. And it's the most sexiest thing in the world, dealing with conflict. Oh, were you expecting something else? Because think about it. When you look at Hollywood, they focus so much on the lovey-dovey stuff, and sure, they'll have some conflict in there, but they don't emphasize it so much. In America, the divorce rate is 40 to 50% for first marriages. Second marriages end in divorce at a rate of 60 to 67%. 60 to 67%. Why is that? I fully believe that the reason for that is because couples do not know how to deal with conflict. One day, Lindsay and I had a really bad argument. It was so bad that we both got pretty jacked up, and don't worry, she knows that I was talking about this just for the record. But we both got so jacked up that we had to ask ourselves a lot of questions. But one thing in particular that I told Lindsay is that, you know what we went through was really rough. But all that matters is that we're here, right now, and we're still together, we are still going strong. But we had to approach conflict in a different way. And Lindsay and I both have different backgrounds when it comes to relationships, so we've approached things differently. So the only way that we could truly understand each other is understanding what we've done in the past, but also what steps we could take so that we can solve conflict even better. Here are the steps that Lindsay and I will always take that I strongly encourage you to acclimate into your marriage, your relationship, your engagement, or even if you're single, that you can apply to help you whenever conflict occurs. So let's dive right in. The first step is you both have to make sure that you're both ready to talk. For me, I'm someone who's very persistent. Even when emotions run really high, like I'm someone that'll want to solve the problem right away. Oh, Lindsay, she has to reflect on things, to let things settle down. So if you are not ready to talk, a couple things that we like to do, first things first, is we find reminders of why we love each other and why we're together. What I intentionally did for Lindsay's ring is I put an engravement inside the ring, and it says forever and always. And I did this anticipating that we would potentially have conflicts. So what Lindsay does is she'll look inside the ring and she'll look at those words as a reminder that I am here, I will always be here, and I will always love you. And whenever you are ready, I'll be right here waiting, We will talk things through, work things out, and grow stronger. Another step I personally like to take is I like to pray. I pray that God can help guide us through this conflict. I also ask God to forgive me, and that He gives Lindsay the strength to forgive me as well. The next step that we take, and this is a very big part because this opens the door for opportunities for us to talk things through. We promise each other that we will not yell, we will not say things that we don't mean, we don't say things that we will quite frankly regret, but we also promise each other that we will keep an open mind and clear communication. See, when you do this with your partner, this will open the door for both of you to have a voice. Because at the end of the day, your partner has to feel heard. That's a big thing. Communication is a very vital part in a relationship. And admittingly, this is something that I'm personally trying to work on. Lindsay definitely keeps me accountable for this. But all joking aside, the next step that we do is we take time to understand each other. One person will speak their thoughts and feelings and where their mindset is, while the other person just listens. Then we swap roles, do the same thing. And then the next step, final step I should say, is we never hold a grudge and we ask for forgiveness. And men, this especially goes to you. Ask for forgiveness even if it's not even your fault. But at the end of the day, when it comes to conflict, it's not you versus your partner. This is where a lot of people get this wrong, and this is why the divorce rates are so high. No. It's you and your partner versus the issue. See, a marriage and a relationship is a team. You have to act like a team at all times. So when you do that, then you find that solution with that mindset. A bonus step that Lindsay and I recently started taking is that we have a golden rule. We never go through more than 4 hours, through the waking hours, just to be clear, without communicating, no matter what we go through. Even if it's just simply just to check in on each other, just to make sure we're both okay. Also, what I like to personally do, whether I'm going to work or whether we finish meeting up with each other and I get back home, I let Lindsay know, hey, I got back home safely. This is to ensure that even if you're going through a tough time, you at least know that your partner is okay. Because here's the thing, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, the last thing you want to do to remember your partner if they pass, or when they pass, I should say, is going through a rough argument. Always. Now, life is going to happen. It's just that simple. But if you make it a point to always be intentional with your communication with your partner, it's going to change the game. And quite frankly, you and your partner are going to feel protected, you're going to feel cherished, you're going to feel honored, and most importantly, you're going to feel loved. Mr. Toastmaster of the evening.